Happy Friday, everyone. Hold on, my mom just texted me. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you all. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. How are we doing? I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. And please share so that others would join. There are a few things to talk about. Please share so that others can join. Happy Friday. If you are here, please share so that others can join. Happy Friday. How are we doing? Please share, please share, please share. When you join, please share so that others can join too. How are we doing? How are we doing? Happy Friday to you all. Please share so that others would join. Then we can have a chat. Friday, we have our live streams on Friday where we talk about everything immigration. And so please join, share so that others will join, and then we can have a blast. How are we doing? I hope you're doing well. Please share so that others will join in. Please share. How are we doing? Facebook, can you hear me? Am I good on Facebook? I'm trying to sort TikTok out now. Facebook, am I good? How are we doing? How has the week been? How has your week been? Please share so that others will join. I hope you're all doing well. I see 3 people watching me on, 4. Okay. Please share so that others will join. Hi, mommy. See, my mom is my number 1 supporter. Trust me. Nothing beats that. She's always here. I hope you're all doing well. Please share so that others will join. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. Please share so that others will join. I would love to know how you're doing and where you're watching me from. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Can we check whether YouTube is good as well? Thank you for the feedback on Facebook, but can you check whether YouTube is fine as well? Thank you, Savannah. I appreciate that. Thank you. How are we doing? How has the week been? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Oh, and let me know where you're watching me from. Oh, Savannah, you're watching me from California. Great. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please share so that others will join. It's Friday, Immigrants Brave, Immigrants Strong, hashtag. Please share, join. We're going to have a very, very good time. I'm going to take some questions. I'll give you some updates. Number 1, I'll let you know what's happening here at AB Legal Consult. I'm going to talk to you about our approach. Thank you, Harry. How are you doing? I'm going to talk to you about our profiles. And we're also going to be talking about the visa and green card revocation, which seem to be big on social media. So every week comes with something else. And someone has started asking their questions. I'll take the questions later. I hope you're doing well. Okay, YouTube, you're good. Great. Please share. I would love to know where you're watching me from, how you're doing, and what's going on with you. So please talk to me. Let's get interactive. Okay. You see, Facebook, you're so bougie. I say it all the time. TikTok is where the vibe is. Please share so that others will join. I hope you're doing well. Let me know where you are watching me from. I'm not going to answer any question now. I'll take the questions later. Feel free to type it in. I'll take a few questions, as many as I can. And I wouldn't like to run out of time. It looks like anytime I come here, we run the time, which is nice because I enjoy doing this. But please share so that others will join. How are you doing? Where are you watching me from? Okay, so please share hashtag immigrants brave. We're going to share some updates with you. We'll take some questions, and we are definitely going to talk about the visa and green card revocation issue that seems to be making news. So please share. Please share. Come on in. Come on in. Hi there. Hi. How are you? How are we doing? Really, truly, I would love to know how you're doing. That's not even a cliche. I'm not asking for asking's sake. I would love to know how you're doing. I want you all to say hello to my mom. My mom is here. She's my number one fan, actually. Everybody should say hello to my mom. Please share so that others will join. Come on in. Let's chat. Let's talk about what's happening in immigration. Yeah, I love that. TikTok, that's where the vibe is happening. Everybody's saying hello to my mom. Hi, mom. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're great. I hope your week has been good. I would love to know where you're watching me from. Oh, someone said, oh, Savannah, thank you. Thank you for raising a lioness to help immigrants. Yes. Mommy, that's for you. So we'll be I've seen lots of questions already on whether green card holders can travel or not. We will talk about that. Definitely talk about that. But please share so that others will join. Tell them this is where the party is happening. This is where the immigration party is happening. So tell them to join in. Tell them to join in. Oh, Pastor Ethel. She says our week has been awesome. I love that. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Please share so that others will join in as well. I hope you're all doing well. I hope the week has been good. I would love to know where you're watching me from and what's going on with you. As far as immigration is concerned, we are having an immigration party right now. So please share so that others will join. I will take some questions. I'm going to give you some updates. I know what's making news is the revocation of visa and green card. We'll be talking about that. And oh, someone says they're watching me from Dubai. Interesting. Thank you. Thank you. Please share so that others will join. Okay, New York is here. That's good. I see Atlanta. That's great. California. Thank you so much for joining. Please share. How are you doing? Facebook there. Bougie people though. They won't even let me know where you're watching me from. How are you doing? How are we doing? How is the week? I'm going to give you the latest filler. This is where the latest immigration filler is happening. The party is happening here. Please share so that others will join. We'll give them a few minutes to join and we'll give you some updates. So we're doing amazing work here. If you follow our social media pages, I'm sure you've seen our approval. Oh, okay, there's Houston happening, Ohio. Fantastic. So if you follow our social media pages, I'm sure you've seen so many approvals coming in, right? I tell you all the time that what you see happening in the media space may not be entirely accurate across board. And so we are getting the approvals. We are doing a great job. Our clients are happy. And so if you don't have AB Legal Consult as your attorneys for your immigration needs, then I'm not sure what you're doing. I'm not sure who you are retaining. So you know what to do. Don't go to the other attorney. Come here. Retain us because we are doing, someone is asking whether we do VAWA cases. Yes, we do. We do VAWA. We do VAWA. Okay, we do. And so please share. Tell your friend to tell your friend that this is where the party is happening. This is where everything is happening as far as immigration is concerned. And so they should come on in. Yes, hi. Someone is saying, hello, ma'am. Hi, sir. I hope you're doing well. Facebook, please share. How are we doing on Facebook? How are we doing on YouTube? So that I can dive right into it. Let me know where you're watching me from. Oh, I'm sorry, oh baby. You said you're a girl. I said hi. Say, okay, hi, madam. I hope you're doing well. Some of you have interesting names on TikTok, so it's very difficult to tell. Hi, baby. I hope you're doing well. I apologize for addressing you, sir, instead of madam. And so please forgive me for that. Please share so that others would join. I'm doing well. Thank you. Okay, baby says she's watching me from Maryland. You're just around the corner. So you should stop by the office to say hi. Someone says they're watching from Nigeria. I have quite a number of Nigerian clients. I'll tell you that. Someone says they're watching from New York and they would love to ask a question. Hopefully, I get to your question. So please ask away. Someone is watching from Virginia. So you are right here. I am in Virginia. Stop by to say hi. Okay. I hope you're all doing well. I hope your week has been great. Yeah, my week has been good too. Lots of phone calls coming in with different inquiries, especially the revocation of visas, and then the fact that green card holders cannot travel. I just couldn't wait for this session, and so I made a long post on my personal Facebook, which was shared to the business Facebook, the firm's Facebook, and so please take a look at it. I'm going to talk about it as well. But please follow our social media pages so that you get the updates as and when it's happening. Okay, Houston, Texas. Thank you. Apostle Ade, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Please share so that others will join. I hope Facebook is sharing so that others will join. That's why the immigration party is happening. I hope you're doing well. I hope the week has been good. Okay, so updates. This week, I would love to talk to you about two consultations that we had that kind of stood out for our firm because of what I have always said, that whatever information you provide to the National Visa Center when you're trying to get a visa is here waiting for you. So this week, a potential client, well, now a client, reached out. And what was his issue? This man, many years ago, when he was trying to get a visa, stated in his DS-160 that he does not have any child. And so he got a visa, came into the United States, and then fast forward, he put himself on the dating market and then caught a big fish, fell in love, and adjusted his status. Finally, he becomes a US citizen and he's ready to file for his son. Guess what happens? USCIS denied the petition simply because he said that he didn't have any child. So if you have followed me for a while, you've heard me say multiple times that whatever information you provide to the National Visa Center is here waiting for you. His I-485 got denied, I-130 got denied. In fact, it was the I-485 that I saw first. And when he consulted, it was just the I-485 that he had issues with. He just didn't understand why. And then the following day, he calls back and said, and I gave him reasons why the I-485 could potentially be denied. And so the following day, he calls and he says, oh, what you said was right. I just received my I-130 denial notice. And it was just because of the lie he told when he was trying to get a visa to the United States. I cannot say this enough. When you're trying to get a visa to come into the United States, it's okay to tell the truth. For me, I would encourage you to be completely honest, be truthful. If you get a visa, fine. If you don't, that's okay. But whatever information you give to them, whether you lie or you tell the truth, is here waiting for you. And you want to make sure that whatever you're telling them, you have evidence to back it up. So if you say you're married and then you come here trying to get married, you know that you need your divorce certificate or final divorce decree to show that you are no longer married to your spouse abroad. So it was one of the consultations this week that really stood out just because this person lied. He is here. And the unfortunate is that his son got a visa and came to the United States. So his son is here. But now, illegal, right? Although he was admitted, he doesn't have a status now. And it's all because his father lied. There's another case that stood out, a woman that applied for asylum. And, won her asylum case, got a green card, became a US citizen, and then her children derived that benefits from her. And so all her children eventually become green card holders and subsequently US citizens. And let me tell you what happened. She got into a fight with her best friend, and this will shock you. She got into a fight with her best friend, and her best friend told immigration that the basis of her asylum claim is not legitimate. She doesn't have any asylum claim. She lied. And USCIS spent time to investigate. When I read the notice that USCIS issued to this woman came into my office in the conference room. She was crying like a baby. She wept like a baby. You know what's happening? Her citizenship has been revoked. And so her green card doesn't even matter at this point. And the most painful thing is that all her children got their citizenship revoked as well because they derived the benefit from their mother. What are the key lessons here? Nobody really cares about how you get your green card or how you become a US citizen. I can understand why most immigrants are very discreet when it comes to the pursuit of their immigration journey. I absolutely understand why. I have always said that just speak to an attorney. If there's anything going on, make that attorney. Attorneys are bounded by confidentiality, right? Privilege, communication, and confidential communications. And so your attorney cannot break that confidentiality. Your attorney cannot. Now, if you come to me and you tell me what you're doing, right? So instead of putting yourself on the dating market, you didn't. You actually just got somebody, you're paying the person. I don't want to know. No attorney wants to know. So what you're telling me to do by disclosing that information to me is that you are asking me to help you commit fraud. And so no attorney wants to know that. Do you have a marriage certificate? Are you able to prove that you are in a bona fide marriage? Do you have enough evidence to prove that? That's all I want to know. And so if you can't even tell your attorney, because by telling your attorney, you are asking the attorney to help you commit fraud, no attorney will do that. And so even if your attorney who is licensed to practice, you cannot tell your attorney that. And your attorney is not going to help you when you disclose that to your attorney. Why would you tell your friend? Why? Why would you tell your friend? And so this elderly woman, and the painful thing is that she's almost 60 years old, comes in here and cry like a baby just because she disclosed how she got her green card and US citizenship to a friend. And now, hey, everything has been revoked. And so how you get your green cards and your US citizenship, the lesson here is to keep it to yourself. Nobody's interested. Nobody cares. Okay? The other thing that I want us to talk about before I take all your questions is social media and immigration. Let me tell you something. When you are applying for a visa and then you fill out the DS form, there's a part of the form that asks you to put your social media handles there. Now, whether you put it there or not, your name is in there. And so officers can check. When you're applying for your green card here in the United States, the form does not require that. But officers are able to retrieve that information, your DS-160 or your DS-260 information. Officers are able to retrieve that information. And so whatever information you gave them, your social media handles are there. So let's think about this for a second. You are applying for an immigration benefit, and then you say that, you're claiming financial hardship in your immigration petition. But on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you're doing hard work pays. And then you're posting stacks of money. I'm sure you see the contrast. You're setting yourself up to get your petition denied. And so what you do on social media, the lifestyle you portray on social media, make sure that it match your immigration petition. Another classic example are those who live a luxurious lifestyle, yet claiming financial hardship. I don't know why you do that. For the life of me, I can't understand. There's also the other class of people who are single, ready to mingle on social media, but applying for marriage-based green card. How does that work? And so when you're applying for your green card, you really don't have to provide them with your what is it called? Your social media handle. You've already provided it to them. Officers, they do have forms. They scroll as well. And so if you are applying for any immigration benefits, but you're on social media, I am not from Nigeria. Trust me, I am Ghanaian. Someone is saying she bets I'm from Nigeria. I am not from Nigeria. I'm from Ghana. And so if you're on social media, single, ready to mingle, but you are applying for a marriage-based green card, trust me, I'm sure. Trust me. How does that tally? And so make sure that your social media flex match your immigration story, because officers have, like, they are human beings like you and I. They scroll. We all scroll, right? And so when you're applying for your green card, you don't have to give them a social media handle. It's there. Now, even if you didn't provide it to them in your DS-160, you've given them your name. It's very easy to type. Those with opinions. So if you're very close to me, and there's only one person that I share my opinions with, as far as immigration is concerned, I have lots of opinions about everything happening in immigration. I wouldn't go about posting it on social media. There are times that it becomes necessary, I will. But if it's not, nobody cares about your opinion. And so your opinion also matters when you're trying to enter the United States. Those things you post on social media. So please make sure your social media flex. If you are applying for any benefits, make sure that the flex on social media match your immigration petition, because if it doesn't, you're setting yourself up. Now, I want us to talk about revocation of visa. So if you follow us, you probably have seen that there's a post out there already that you don't have a right to a visa. Oh, yeah, someone says I'm proudly Ghanaian. I am. I'm a proud Ghanaian. Please don't say I'm Nigerian. I am not. Someone is even saying I'm from Jamaica. I am not. I am Ghanaian, okay? I'm from Ghana. So let's talk about who can revoke a visa, who has the authority to revoke a visa or a green card. Now, visa revocation it's easier, right? Because it involves different agencies at every phase. And so, classic example, if you have a petitioner here in the United States, your employer, your spouse, your parents, your sibling, whoever it is, petitions for you, USCIS approves it. Remember that it is the US consulate or the US embassy in your home country that is going to make the decision whether or not to issue the visa. Now, after they have issued the visa, you enter the United States. The CBP at various posts takes over to assess whether or not there are any issues that should be flagged. And so, number one, USCIS is going to grant it, right? They're going to grant the approval. The embassy in your home country, US embassy in your home country, or the US consulate is going to make a decision whether or not to issue the visa. The fact that you have received an approval does not necessarily guarantee you a visa. And even after your visa has been approved or issued to you, there's no guarantee that you would be able to enter the country. CBP takes over now. And so if there are any issues to be flagged, CBP at that point has the power to let you out. You can't even enter the United States. And so people who are asked to go back and get angry or anything, I don't, you don't have a right. I'm not even being rude, or I'm not even being disrespectful, but I'm just telling you as is. Your visa does not guarantee an entry into the United States. And it's also a privilege. It's not a right. And so the fact that you have received a visa does not automatically mean that you would be able to enter the United States. Remember, we just spoke about social media and immigration. So whatever you post on social media is extremely important. You have to be very, very mindful. Okay? You have to be very mindful. Okay. Let's talk about green card. It is only an immigration judge that has the power to revoke your green card, unless you voluntarily give up. You can surrender it, you can say you don't want it, or relinquish it. Now, it happens. I have a client now who relinquished his green card because his wife was sick abroad. And so he left the country and then turned in his green card and just went to be with his wife for many years. So in that moment, he had two options: to apply for a re-entry permit, because as a green card holder, you cannot. And I remember 2 weeks ago on a live stream session, just like this, I said that legally, you cannot, as a green card holder, you cannot remain outside of the country for more than 6 months. I had about 6 people say, "Oh, no, you're wrong. It's not true." So I'm just daring you that go outside of the country for more than 6 months. And then when you come back, let me know you are here. Okay. So this man, back to someone is laughing, back to the story. And so this man surrendered. He relinquished his green card for the purpose of going to take care of his wife abroad. He had two options, like I was saying. Number one, to apply for a re-entry permit. And then number two, just to surrender and say, I'm done. So he did. He gave it up. And then just last year, he came back to the country on a B1, B2 visa. People say that, I've heard so many people say that when you relinquish your green card, you won't be able to get a visa. That's not true. He got a visa, came to the United States, and as of today, he has received his green card. We applied for it for him again. And so back to what I was saying, if you do have a green card, it is only an immigration judge that can revoke your green card, unless you're being coerced to relinquish it. It happens. I can understand why someone will be detained after a long flight for about 8-9 hours. You get tired. And so, we'll take the green card and let me go. It would not be because you really, truly want to relinquish it. It's just because you're coerced. Sometimes you're asked to sign certain documents. You're forced, you're coerced to do that. You don't have to. CBP officers determine the admissibility of foreign nationals using the long-standing INA, which is the law. Immigration Nationality Act is the law. And it lists about 60 grounds or even more on inadmissibility. And so today I was in a conversation with someone. I told that person there's always an underlying factor. I am yet to meet anybody that left the country for a few weeks to a month or a few months without any underlying condition, any underlying issue. The person does not hold any extremist views or ideology. The person does not have any record. The person pays their taxes. I mean, there's absolutely nothing happening. And then the person gets their green card revoked. Yet, if you know anyone like that, I would love to know the person. All I'm trying to say is that there's always an underlying factor. I can also understand that President Trump, the man in the Oval Office, is doing a lot. And so I tell some of my clients that call me that if you don't need to travel, if it's absolutely necessary that you travel, please do. If it's not, please don't. So I understand that the scrutiny level has intensified, especially at the port of entry. But the underlying framework for CBP has remained the same. They determine the admissibility of foreign nationals. That's just what it is. And so if you have certain records, extreme views or ideologies, and you don't keep them to yourself, like I said, I have lots of views and opinions about what is happening, but I share it with just my mother. I share my opinions with my mom and my mom only. I don't put my opinions on social media. And so if you have any extreme views or opinion, keep it to yourself. Talk to people you can trust. But once you put those, there's always an underlying factor. That's just what it is. Border officials. Border officials have long possessed the authority to conduct comprehensive inspections, including search of your electronic devices. And so if border officials do that today, and they find something in your computer or your phone, and it is an opinion, an extreme opinion, an extreme ideology, they have every authority not to let you in. So, and like I said, recently something happened with a Brown University professor. And I think if you followed the story carefully, he had a visa, but they didn't give him the right to entry. And if you have really followed the story, you know that the device that was seized had pictures. He had actually attended a funeral. A funeral of one of the leaders, I can't remember the country, who had extreme opinions and ideologies. And so the story that someone called and asked me was, I have heard that a Brown University professor who was coming to the US to teach has been denied entry. And I'm like, yes, but have you read the story? Do you know what he went to do? Do you know the person he's following? Do you know the person's funeral he attended? Do you know the story about that person? All I'm saying is that there's always an underlying factor. And what CBP and border officials are doing, I mean, I understand, don't get me wrong, the scrutiny level is high now because of the man in office. But he told us what he was going to do. He didn't hide the ball, and he still got voted for. So how do we... Anyway, so CBP, border officials, what are you doing now? While I understand that the scrutiny level has heightened, it is what you're supposed to do. And so I'm going to give you some travel tips, okay? If you're a green card holder, because of the times we find ourselves, if you're a student, if you hold any visa in the country, and you know, because you always do, you have any underlying condition, record, you are not paying your taxes, your social media literally exposes you, or you have certain things in your computer that would pose as you being a threat to the United States, or you are supporting any enemy of the United States, Come on. If you're traveling, please just log out of all those platforms. Just clear that up. Clean it from your phone, your computers. Anyway, I want to give you 3 or 4 tips. Some travel tips, which I wrote here. So number 1, limit your social media and text messages. It's very important. I think I have already shared social media and the impact it can have on your immigration petition and even your visa. Limit it. Everybody has an opinion. My mom would tell you in a day, I'll tell my mom my opinion. I tell my mom my opinion. I saw this in the news, mommy, this. I saw that in the news, mommy. I share it with my mom. And that's it. It ends there. I'm not going to, if I pour all my opinions, I am of the perception that we should humanize the work that we do. Immigration is about human beings. We should humanize the work that we do. We must have empathy. The papers, the immigration petitions, some behind me, that you see, that we submit to USCIS, I tell my team that it's more than a paperwork. It's another human being. It's another American dream. And so we must humanize the work that we do. And so some of the things that is happening in immigration, for me, is inhumane. And I have an opinion about that. I'm measured. You have to be measured in your opinions. If it's going to affect your immigration benefit, which is your visa, your green cards, your citizenship, be measured. And so limit your social media and text messages. Number 2, secure your devices. Log out of accounts containing sensitive data using strong passwords and encryption where possible. Secure your devices, because border officers are authorized. They have the power to conduct comprehensive inspection. Your device is included. And so when you're traveling at the port of entry, make sure that you have all those, you log out of them and possibly delete them, keep them somewhere. Please minimize sensitive data on your devices. It ties into the second point. Minimize it. Before traveling, back up your important data. Remove sensitive or personal information from your phone and laptop, and use secure travel mode or apps that have that feature. Okay. In fact, many experts have recommended burner phone for international travel, so that your primary device isn't subjected to any search. If you are a visa holder, you're trying to come into the United States and you hold a visa and you are asked to unlock your phone, you must actually. If you're a green card holder, it depends. You can be detained for several hours if you refuse to unlock your phones. And so, better safe than sorry. Discard them. Delete them. Save yourself the trouble. And overall, just take care of yourself. That's all. I'll take your questions now. So if you have any question, by all means, please feel free to ask. So in answering your questions, I want you to know that I'm not giving you legal advice. If you need legal advice, by all means, please ask your question. But if you need legal advice, please schedule a paid consultation so that I can give you legal advice. So please ask your questions. But whatever I share with you here is not legal advice. And please share so that others will join. Okay? Please share. All right. So I'm going to take some questions now. Hey, Patty says, why are you beautiful like that? Patty, I don't know. My mom is on here. Please ask her for me. My mom is on here. Please ask her. Please ask her. Okay, so I'm going to take some questions. Someone asked whether green card holders can travel. I think I have addressed that really well, I think. If it's absolutely necessary that you travel, please do. Please do. If it's not, save yourself the trouble. My clients have my personal cell phone number. My clients that have to travel abroad have my personal cell phone number just in case they call the office line. Let's say they're traveling at night or during the weekend. I'm not in the office. And so they have my personal cell phone number. And I know when they're traveling. And so they call me. So if you do have an attorney and it's absolutely necessary that you travel, please do. But make sure you have your attorney's number just in case. And if you know you don't pay your taxes, you know that you have any criminal record, it's actually not a good time. And you know that your social media has extreme views and ideologies and opinions, please save yourself the trouble. After you have, as a green card holder, after you have stayed abroad for 90 days, you have to let the officers know that. So if you have a green card, it is presumed that this is your country of residence. Now, if you travel abroad for more than 180 days, which is 6 months consecutively, right? So the law says 180 days consecutively, meaning that you've done it a few times. But now one time is enough because of the time we find ourselves. And so my clients, those that I've had the opportunity of talking to, I've said to them, let's see how the year goes. If you don't need to travel, please don't travel. Let's see how the year goes. And then it'll be very easy for us to say, do travel or just remain here. And you'll have to prove after you have deemed to have abandoned your green card for being abroad for a very long time. You have to prove to the officer that this is your country of residence. And how do you even prove that? Any lease agreement or mortgage to show that you have a home here. Prove that you have work here, you have bank records. And so if you're traveling, make sure you have all these handy. I would not even encourage you to travel. And if you do travel, don't overstay. Don't stay. I have a client who, never mind. Take care of yourselves. I would. Okay, someone says, hello, Atinia, because your friend has kids in Ghana and wants to adjust her status in the States. Is it possible to file concurrently for the kids, or these can only be done after hers has gone through? So when you're filing for, when you're physically here and you're filing for people that are not here, in the form, you're going to put it there. And so theirs will go to the National Visa Center for consular processing. Theirs will go to the National Visa Center for consular processing. So she can, if she's physically here, she can adjust here. But her kids, if you're not physically here, it will go to the National Visa Center for consular processing, and then go to, you said they're in Ghana, so it's going to go to the US Embassy in Ghana, and then their visa will be processed. I would love to talk to the person. Tell the person to give our office a call. Not today, right after the live stream. I'm going home, so not today, but on Monday. On Monday, okay? Not today, but on Monday. 703-705-9905. That's our office number. So yeah, I'll take some questions. So I don't want us to run out of time. In fact, my team have told me that I have just 40 minutes, but because of the questions and because we always have fun, we have a ball on Friday nights. Sometimes we log out around 7:30. So I just said no phone call and someone is calling. Ah, that's nice of you. Okay, so I'm going to take some questions now. I'm sorry if I miss your question. It's not going to be deliberate. It's just because the questions are just trickling in. Yeah. So someone is asking, and I know the person asking, if a green card holder stays for 5 months out of the country and does again for 5 months, are they flagged in any way? Why would the person do that? Say, why would the person do that? The person may not even be allowed to enter the country. So the person shouldn't do that. But if you know you're going to stay out of the country for a very long time, please apply for a re-entry permit so that you can enter the country with that. Because after staying for that long, you're basically telling US that this is not my country of residence. And I address that. Okay. When you're in removal proceeding and get married to a US citizen, how long does it take? I don't know if I understand your question. How long does it take to do what? For the case to be over in immigration court, or for the marriage to be approved in the USCIS? If you can please clarify your question, I will attempt to answer it. Okay. I'm assuming there are no questions, right? Or there are? Okay, so someone says, if you are in removal proceedings and have your court date coming up, is it advisable to attend? Are you asking whether it's advisable to attend your court? I mean, you've been issued an NTA to be in court. You must be in court. So it's not just advisable; it's mandatory. It's mandatory. Please, we have a YouTube account. We have a YouTube page, AB Legal Consult. I want you all to subscribe to the page. So for the 7K people on TikTok, please subscribe to our YouTube. And the number of people watching on Facebook, which I can't see, please, 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 please subscribe to our YouTube. And if you follow it, there are lots of videos there, lots of them. And please follow our social media pages, AB Legal Consult, across all platforms. But for TikTok, which is the Immigrant's Attorney. But I want you all to subscribe to our YouTube page, okay? Please do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for doing that. So if you found this session very educative and informative, I'm seeing all the comments. Please follow, okay? Please do. Can I travel? I have answered that. I have already answered that. Okay. If it's absolutely necessary that you travel, please do. If you know you're going to stay abroad for a very long time, and by a very long time, the law says more than 180 days. But the truth is that because of the time we find ourselves, 5 months, you're likely to be in trouble. 4 months, I can't even tell at this point. And so what I'm going to say is that if it's absolutely necessary that you travel, please do. If you preempt that you're going to stay longer, or you actually plan to stay longer, make sure that you get an attorney who's going to file the re-entry permits for you. And sometimes, listen, when you're coming back to the country and CBP, officials or officers do not want to allow you entry, or they tell them that they should give you an NTA to show up in court. They don't have the power to revoke your green card, unless, of course, you pose a threat to the United States, or even if there's an underlying factor. Tell them that, give me an NTA to make my case before an immigration judge. That is the due process. But then, like I said, I totally understand that with President Trump in power, the scrutiny level is high. It has intensified, I understand. And everybody's doing what they want. And so due process is not being followed, which is sad, because he's supposed to know better. I know he's not an attorney, he's not a lawyer, but he has lawyers around him advising him. And so he's supposed to know better. And this is me sharing my opinion. And this is not an extreme opinion. And so President Trump cannot do anything at this point. It's not an extreme opinion, it's the law. I just gave you a classic example of being measured in your words, right? In your opinion. All my extreme opinion I share with my mom. I don't put this on social media. So please learn from me. So by all means, if you find yourself there, tell them. The law requires that. you issue a notice to appear so that I can make my case before an immigration judge. Hopefully you get someone who would listen, and tell them that you need to speak to your attorney. Pick a phone, call your attorney. Make sure you have your attorney's number on speed dial. If you're my friend, recently a friend of mine was traveling. When she got to the airport was when she was calling me, just because she was afraid. If you're my friend here and you have my number and you are not my client, don't call me. Oh, please don't call me. Especially if you don't check on me. Why would you call me? Don't call me, please. I don't like that. Don't call me. Okay, I'm going to take a few more questions and I'll be out of your way. Let's see. Am I missing the questions or there are no questions at all? Okay, someone says so sad. I think you're talking about someone says I'm a talkative. I mean, I'm an attorney. What do you expect? What do you expect? Huh? Okay, it's the same lady that says I'm from Nigeria. I am not. Okay, all right, let's see. Oh, so everybody here is talking about my dress, just complimenting me. Someone says I sound Nigerian. Someone says I sound Jamaican. Someone says, no, she's from Ghana. Oh, okay. Another person says, these are valuable information. Please keep on talking. I think I'm done talking at this point. Someone says, I got my green card 6 months ago. Can I travel out of the United States for 4 days? 4 days is okay. But do you really need to travel raw? Is it absolutely necessary that you travel? If it's not, please don't. If it is, please do. But 4 days, I think you should be fine. Okay, someone is asking whether they can get a status if their child is a US citizen. So if your child is at least 21 years, your child can file for you. Okay. Now, if you were admitted or paroled into the country, if you were admitted, you came in with a passport, a visa, you sat on a plane, you came to the United States, and your child is 21 years, at least 21 years old, they can file for you. If you came through the border, you were not admitted or you were not paroled into the country, your child can file the form I-130 for you. But to be able to adjust your status, you will have to exit the country and come back in the right way. Unless a waiver apply, which it depends, right? So without knowing your immigration history and that's why I'm saying that whatever I say here, it's not legal advice. I will only give legal advice after, one, you are consulting with me and then you've provided me with all the necessary information. It's only at that time that I would be able to give you legal advice. So this is just for general information purposes, because I don't know the history. But by all means, if you have a child who is a US citizen and the child is at least 21 years and you were admitted into the country, you sat on a plane, you got a visa, you came here, you should be fine. Your child can file for you. Okay. Okay, someone says, hi, good people from this country. Hi, I hope you're doing well. Okay. All right, so my husband is already here and I sponsored him, but it's been taking a long time and his work permit has not been approved. When you say a long time, what does it mean? Because I don't know. Okay, so there's a follow-up question. So I'm sorry, I don't understand your question. I wish I did, so I could answer. But I don't know what a long time means. A long time can be relative. It can be 2 months. Someone actually called me frustrated that she has applied for, and she did it on her own. She has applied for immigration benefits for her husband, and it's taken 6 months. And she was so upset. Sometimes some of you anyway, I just advise. So all I'm trying to say is that long time is relative. 3 months can be a long time. 6 months can be a long time. 2 years can be a long time. But someone knowing another person whose petition was hanging for about 5 years will say, oh, 2 years is not a long time because mine took 5 years. Someone whose petition took about 6 months would say that, I mean, 4 months is a short time because mine took about 6 months. So a long time is relative. If you could be specific, I would be able to provide you an answer. So the same question, can your child file for you? I think I have answered that already. Okay, so with a K1, someone is asking, with a K1, can we adjust status even after expiration of K1? No. This, I won't even say it depends. So I'm sure you know that when you enter the United States with a K1 visa, you have 90 days to get married to your fiance. Now, if you don't get married to your fiance within the 90 days, the purpose for your visa has been violated. And so your best bet is to exit the country. Now, there are times where you enter the United States on a K1 and you quickly realize that this is not the person you want to marry. That is okay. Let's say you put yourself out on the dating market and then you find another US citizen that you are in love with and believe you can do life with within that short period of time, which is possible. It doesn't take more than 3 months to fall in love with someone. And so you come in, you quickly realize that the marriage won't work with this person. And so you fall in love with someone else. And then you decide to get married to the person. It is fine. But you won't be able to adjust your status with that person. You have to exit the country, get your new spouse to file another K1 for you. You enter the country and then you can adjust. Okay. And so if your K1 has expired, listen, don't let any attorney. I have seen last year, I think about 2 or 3 people had reached out with a similar incident. Even this year, I've had a few people reach out with a similar incident. If your K1 expired without you getting married to your spouse, forget it. I'm very sorry. You won't be able to adjust. You have to exit the country. So 2 options. You stay here, do what you have to do, and the day you pack up and leave, you know that you're not coming back. You have to check if there's any waiver that applies to you. I'm not giving you legal advice. So you stay, and when you're ready, you exit. Or you exit now if it has not expired, or if thankfully you fall in love with someone else who also is in love with you and both of you decide to get married, then by all means, you would have to, you get married, you leave the country, get your new spouse to file for a new K1 for you, then you enter the country and you're able to adjust. Or if you want to wait and then your new fiancé files the I-130 for you because you already got married, and then you wait for consular processing, which is cheaper than the adjustment of status anyway, and then you come to the country. But if your K1 has expired and any attorney tells you that they will be able to give you a green card, that attorney is just in for your money. So yeah. Okay, someone says, can I please ask you something on a call? Yes, you can. You can give me a call at 703-705-9905. Okay. All right. 703-705-9905. Hey, someone is giving me thumbs up on my computer. How does that even work? All of you, these IT people that you know stuff, make sure that you clear the travel tip that I gave you. Make sure that you clear all, if you know you have extreme views and ideologies, make sure you clear them before you travel. The way you're sending me thumbs up on the computer, I don't even know how you're doing it, but clearly you know what you're doing. So please be mindful. Okay. All right. I think it's 6:28. We are going to end the session now. I've had a great time. I want you to please follow our social media pages, AB Legal Consult, across all social media platforms, but for TikTok, which is the Immigrants Attorney. Please follow us on LinkedIn as well. We do have a LinkedIn presence as well. So please follow us there, share our stuff. You never know who is going to benefit from that. And so please share and keep an eye on our social media platforms. This year we have exciting things coming up for you, and we post we try to post daily immigration tips here and there, and so please follow. We also have a WhatsApp group page where I answer all the questions myself. So I have told my team members not to attempt to answer any legal question. I answer them myself. And so if you're part of that group page, you are getting the answers from me directly. And I think I said this on Wednesday that I will answer the questions eventually. Sometimes you post your questions or you ask your questions there, and I am unable to answer immediately, but I can assure you that I answer them eventually. And so, yes, remember the travel tips that I gave you: minimize sensitive data on your devices, secure your devices, limit your social media and text messages as far as your opinions and views and extreme ideologies are concerned. Nobody really cares. Too bad. If that is going to get you in trouble, please keep them off. Just like I share my opinions with my mom, you may want to find someone and share your opinions with. That's perfectly okay. But you want to minimize all that and watch your social media and your immigration petition. Make sure that your flex on social media match your immigration petition. If you're single, ready to mingle on social media, but you're filing for marriage-based green card, you're going to legally mingle with immigration officers in the immigration court and with an immigration judge, and you don't want that. And so, yes, take care of yourselves, stay well, stay safe, and enjoy your weekend. If you need help with your immigration petitions, please contact us at 703-705-9905. I just saw a question come in that is it a good time to file for your US citizenship? I don't know what time is better. It's actually the best time to file for your US citizenship. If with everything happening at this point, this man said that he was going to denaturalize US citizens, and who knows what's going to happen next. I share a joke with my mom that I can't disclose here about denaturalizing US citizens. But it's a good time to be a US citizen. And so please, if you are a green card holder looking to apply for your naturalization, we can help you. If you are in immigration court, we can help you. We are licensed to serve our clients across all 50 states and abroad. And so feel free, give us a call, 703-705-9905. And please follow our social media pages. Someone just sent me the gifts of like a hat. You guys are so cool. Anyway, enjoy your weekend. Stay well, stay safe, and look forward to seeing you again next week, Friday. Until then, stay legally safe and be well. Good night.